So I am up to the point now where I have finished all of the painting of the triangles. So the darker grey had 2 coats in the end over the black, the mid grey has had 2, and the light grey had the white as the base, which I was wondering if I'd done that without needing to, but actually in the end I did need it, so it had 3 coats essentially. So 1 of the white and then 2 of the light grey over the top, but I think 3 coats of that light grey would have been fine and it would have given the coverage. It just really all took a long time, very slow doing it with the mini roller and the little brush, but we've got there. Now at a point where the nervous part for me is I'm going to rip the tape off. So I'm going to just try and do it sort of as slowly as I can and just fingers crossed for some nice crisp lines and hopefully as little touching up with the bits as possible, but we're about to find out. I did notice when I pulled off a little bit elsewhere that as expected, the little chalk dots still remain, where I'd sort of use those for the laser with marking for the tape. So then I'll have to try and sort of rub those off. Worst case scenario, I might have to actually paint over them, but it'll be fine and fixable. But yeah, just really equally excited and nervous to see what it's going to be like pulling off the tape. I feel like I've put a lot of faith in this tape, so hopefully it doesn't let us down. So here we are peeling off the masking tape. So not much black edges to be seen because they're quite covered with tape. I've tried to sort of go as close over each one as possible to ensure each bit is covered. As you can see, you've just got the edges of the tape sticking out at the end and along the bottom. Fingers crossed it all goes smoothly. So peeling off the tape, so far so good. As mentioned, there's some little white chalk dots which we can sort out later. And when you kind of get to this point of the star where they all sort of meet, because you don't know quite which ones are overlapping which, I'm kind of just gonna have to sort of play it by ear as to which ones, but it tears very easily, so you can just choose which direction to go with it. But yeah, it's going okay. It's actually going better than I thought. I was just so nervous that it was going to perhaps like peel a bit like a sticker and take bits off with it, but the few that I've done initially are proving well. So far so good. Going to film taking off some bits from the star point. You can just sort of pull your finger underneath to kind of try and lift it off, even if you don't start from an edge. It's actually fine. It's just fine to do it like that. Yeah, I'm really just impressed with how well this tape has done with keeping the edges crisp. I really was worried that it was going to kind of peel, or sort of when you lifted it up it was going to sort of take parts of the paint with it that we didn't want it to take, so feeling physical relief that it's not the case. They just look so lovely and crisp, these lines. Excellent news, all at 2 at once. I'm just ripping them a little bit as I get to the different meeting points, just so that I can keep an eye on what I'm doing and not accidentally pull something wrong in the wrong direction and make something worse. Yeah, so just those few little chalk dots, which I'm hoping we'll just wipe off, but if not, we can, oh wow. If not, we can just paint over them if they're not going to clean off neatly, but they were so helpful when lining up the tape with the laser, so really worth doing now on reflection. It's really starting to look like a real pattern, not just a triangular mess. Wow, so neat, so happy. So I've done some tape peeling on this right section of the wall and making my way across all the way down. I have just finished peeling off all the tape. I'm very relieved to say that the tape, 99% of it came off really smoothly. Really happy with the lines, everything looking really, really effective, and so pleased. So next step is just, I'm going to touch up a couple of little bits with some paint that I've sort of spotted. There was a little bit up the top where I sort of peeled the tape and it had just peeled some of the paint, so I'm going to have to sort of go over that little bit. It's very small, and then just wiping off the chalk dots. And I think I'm actually going to have to repaint the skirting as well, because I did get some black paint on that from the roller when I did the black undercoat. So that just needs a little bit of going over, but overall very excited, very pleased with it, and just last bits to go. Painting over a little chalk dot with the black paint. And it's really up to you how sort of fussy you want to get over it. Like here, I might choose to just sort of run a little bit of paint over there. Here, like a tiny bit chalky. Just paint over it very lightly, just to make it as crisp as possible. And there you have it. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful if you're thinking about doing your own EPCOT wall project at home. Hopefully the tips and seeing it done along the way has been useful. Any kind comments would be greatly appreciated, and if you can like the video, if you want to subscribe, and if you can share it with a friend, we'd really appreciate it. But thank you for following along on my journey with the EPCOT wall. So happy with it. Thank you. Bye.